Hope you all are well. Now we are starting our next semester, semester 3, and you have two papers in the core paper. One is paper 5 and another is paper 6. Now I will start paper 5, and the first portion is research methodology. I am starting research methodology, and our first topic is basic researches in psychology. We will discuss on the basic researches in psychology. Now, coming to the psychological researches, we need to define what is psychological research. Psychological research refers to the research that is conducted to analyze the behavior and experience of a group or individual. It aims to discover relations among different psychological variables. Now, what are psychological variables? Any variable that are related to any component of psychological study can be called as psychological variable. Like here you see, our existence is defined by these three components: mind, body and spirit. Narrowing down mind, that is the science of behavior and mental process or cognitive process, which is the latest definition of psychology, we have three subfields or subcomponents. One is A, that is affection or emotion, B for behavior or cognition or volition, and C, that is cognition or thinking. So among these three components, any variable, if studied, that can be said as psychological variable, and the research which has psychological variable can be termed as psychological research. Now coming to the goals of psychological research, we know that studying any subject leads to gaining knowledge, theory formation. So the two aims of psychological researches are: one is gaining knowledge and second is use or application of that knowledge. Within the first part, that is gaining knowledge, we have two goals, further goals. One is description, second is explanation. In use of knowledge or application of knowledge, we may say there are two further goals. One is prediction and another is control. A small illustration. As I have taken the slides from Google Image, so this image is not so clear, a little bit hazy, but I think if you try, you can understand. First is describe behavior. It is to describe behavior. Now here is researcher, and the researcher is taking notes describing the behavior of children. So in descriptive research, observation is the foremost important tool, and here the aim of the researcher is just to describe behavior of a group or individual. In second place, we are saying that a researcher is explaining behavior. That means the researcher is giving logic why a particular behavior is taking place. In the third place, we are saying that the behavior of a particular animal is being predicted by the researcher. Why? We know that in Pavlov study, Pavlov established the relationship between the bell and the dog's salivation, that is relation between conditional and unconditional stimulus, which leads or which helped a researcher or the theorist to predict the further behavior of the dog or animal being concerned. So here prediction of behavior is a third goal. And lastly, it is changing behavior. You see, this is a therapeutic condition, and a psychologist is going to administer some treatment module to the patient to bring about change in his or her behavior. Stating clearly what is description. In goals of psychological research, description is to describe or gather information about the behavior being studied and to present what is known. Secondly, explanation. Psychologists seek to explain why people behave as they do. They come up with the hypothesis and later a theory. So here theory formation is the goal. Thirdly, prediction. By studying past behavior, psychologists can predict future behaviors. And lastly, influence. Some psychologists seek to influence behavior in helpful ways, that is therapeutic treatment. Okay. Now, behind these goals, we know that there are certain philosophical ideas. What are they? Number one, in psychological research, the focus is generally on observable phenomena, but also the covert processes are studied. You know the difference between overt and covert behavior? Covert behaviors are behaviors that cannot be seen by anyone, or we may say that covert behavior is any behavior that cannot be seen from outside. On the other hand, when overt behavior is the basic idea, in overt behavior the individual is manifesting the observable changes in his or her behavior. That means overt behaviors can be observed very clearly from outside. So in psychology, we study both the overt and covert behaviors. Difference may be illustrated by an example. For example, a patient with depression coming to a therapist. Now the therapist knows that there are few covert behavior of the person, for example, that cannot be seen from outside. For example, the low mood of the patient, while the observable changes are the person is not willing to talk with anyone, or the person has decreased hunger or sleep. So these are observable from outside. Any person can observe this, but the covert processes cannot be observed so easily. That must be observed in by some specific tools or techniques. So this is one aim of psychology, to develop such reliable and valid tools to study covert processes as well as to study observable overt processes. Secondly, the principle of determinism is to be followed by the research methodology. What is called determinism? That is the idea that behavior is not random but is determined by discoverable causes which can be measured. Thus, behavior is not random and that is determined by discoverable causes. That means behind any behavior there is a theory. So that theory is to be discovered by the researchers of psychology. Thirdly, researchers conduct sound, well-controlled research in order to understand and predict behavior. So these three basic idea or philosophical orientations are also there behind the goals of psychological research. Now coming to the types of psychological research. There are mainly three types of psychological research, mainly. First is descriptive research, second is correlational research, and third is experimental research. In descriptive research, the researcher describes the fact. In correlation research, the researcher tries to establish the correlation between two variables, that is the extent of association between two variables. And in experimental research, the researcher wants to establish the cause and effect of between two variables, that is the causal relationship between two variables. Descriptive research. Here, to describe the techniques and goals of research is the foremost important. Here, psychologists explain how to conduct research in naturalistic situation. Thirdly, it discusses the gains and costs of case studies and surveys. Number 4, it explains how statistics can summarize to help interpret data. And number 5, to describe the purpose of psychological tests. So, if an example can be given, like just within the lockdown days, how the people are staying in village and what is the change in their occupation and total income per month. So if this is the topic of the topic of a descriptive research, then what the researcher does, researcher will go to the natural place, that is the particular village, and in this village, within this naturalistic situation, the researcher will collect information. The researcher will observe the people, what they are doing right now, then interview the people, what they were doing before the lockdown started, and then with the help of interview, the researcher will take data regarding the comparison or the change in lifestyle among these people. So in descriptive research, the researcher should go to the natural situation and observe the entire process and then describe what he has seen or observed in the proper place. In case of correlational research, the researcher simply uncovers the extent of association between two or more variables. Now, here the research technique is based on naturally occurring relationship between two or more variables. Researcher used to make predictions such as the relation between scholastic aptitude test scores and success at college. So if a particular questionnaire on scholastic aptitude, scholastic aptitude means how the person is good in academics and all. So if these scores are collected and then it is to be corroborated with the scores that the person gains in college exam, and then if correlation computed between scholastic aptitude scores and college college scores, then the researcher can establish the relationship between these two variables. Next, it cannot be used to determine cause and effect relationship. You know better than me that correlation does not reveal cause and effect relationship. It just states regarding the extent of association. Here, researcher asks, do the two variables vary together? Now, these are the different types of correlation, and there are still other correlations also, but these are the most common correlations in any correlational study. First is the strong positive correlation, then weak positive correlation, then strong negative correlation. The curve is too steep. In it is the weak negative correlation. It is the moderate negative correlation because the curve is not so steep, and it is no correlation. In no correlation there cannot be uh, a straight line among the scattered dots, so you cannot draw a straight line among them. Next comes experimental research. Here the goal is to establish the existence of cause and effect relationship between two variables, two or more variables, you say. Second, it goes beyond correlation, because in correlation you can simply state that these two variables are occurring at the same time, or you may say that these two variables are occurring and the movement of this variable is with that variable or in the different direction of that variable, like this. But you cannot say that this is the cause of other. So in experimental study you can say that this is the cause and this is the effect, and you know that there is one variable called independent variable and its effect on dependent variable is to be studied by the researcher in any experimental setup. Here, to demonstrate the changes in one variable on another variable is directly the scope of the research. Okay, so in experimental study the cause and effect relation is to be established. In correlational study the extent of association or the extent of association or the relation between two variables is to be established, and in descriptive research only to describe the observed phenomena is the goal of researchers. So these are the three main types, and there are enormous subtypes also. So we will come to those subtypes later on, but in within this today's session, this is the scope of our study, that what is psychological research and what are the goals of psychological research and types of psychological research. So in goals of psychological research there are again 4 goals: to describe social behavior, to establish cause and effect relationship, to develop theories about why people behave the way that they do, and lastly application of the theories. And here is an example that how theories tell the predicted behavior or the behavior you will guess. Okay, so this much for this class. Next we will come and study the further techniques of experimental research. Thank you. এটা হচ্ছে গোলস অফ রিসার্চ।